Welcome back to Spy X Family Anime Review episode number 12. Yeah, I was thinking of originally planning on doing just 19 and 20 as two separate videos, but do both. Do it now. Get it done and with, and I did. You're thinking, wow, that was kind of quick. Well, because I kind of knew what the plot of these ones were, and they basically kind of follow the same plot as the actual chapters they adapted for these two episodes. By the way, in case you're curious though, 19 covers just one chapter. The final chapter of the midterm exam arc. Yes, chapter 28. And chapter 20 also covers one chapter, 29. And this is the start of the Campbell tennis arc. Yes, underworld tennis tournament, that's what this one is. Now, like usual, split story episodes. Yes. I keep curious of how long this is going to last for. If you're curious, the name of the episodes are Our Revenge Plot Against Desmond and Mama Becomes the Wind. The first plot is simply this. We find out that a kid, basically, find out his father's company is possibly got a business, he might be sold to slavery. Yeah, he's like, everyone's like, is it going to basically become like a slave and basically I'll say their goodbyes to him. And it turns out it was just a red herring. Yeah, by the end of it, it turns out the company was not... The company did not go out of business. They were bought out. And you have this kid go to school. That's it. That is literally the plot of that one. The second story of the episode is that we have Anna goes out to school, or apparently she forgot her gym clothes. And they think, of course, that you have Yor think, oh no, she's going to get demerit for it. And after doing all the sneaking around, and finally meets up with her, and turns out she actually got a reason why he left them home. No gym class today. No gym class that day. And turns out just a waste of time. And of course, Yor just had to go out dinner with Lloyd. And that's it. That's literally what happens in episode 19. In episode 20, which is basically investigate the general hospital and decipher the plex code. This was a bit more interesting, this one. Of course, like his last one, split story one. I keep curious how long it's last for. The first segment is basically noteworthy for one particular thing. The introduction of Fonia Faust, the assistant to Lloyd at the hospital, and also a woman who's actually in love with Lloyd. And Anna knows about it. Does she first Yor over Fonia because she's basically more strict than she is. Yes, and this is basically just an interview. They thought Yor thought it'd be a good idea to interview her for this report. And just like, nah. Of course, she thinks like maybe she's making her assassination job and she's going in blood. Like, nope, not interested. And of course, she also decides to like, maybe interview for the whole thing with like I should put this interview for the City Hall stuff. Yeah, it's boring office work. That's most of what it is. The Lloyd stuff is a little more interesting. We have Anya basically going to Lloyd's talk about the staff. Of course, know how cute she is, and then of course basically she goes to Lloyd's office, but she ends up inadvertently like looking at herself because she likes being a spy. Because she loves spy stuff. So she basically unlocks a secret door which goes in the ceiling, and of course they talk about various we have these head doctors discuss them. And of course the eye makes a noise. They gets the mysterious ghost of the hospital, and it goes back, and everything is perfectly fine, and they all go home, and yeah, it was okay. That segment, it just that Fonia Faust's anime debut. Yep, and of course they give the segment. They interview later, details about how he kicks and punches his patients. And then, of course, he had to go to school to basically straighten it out, basically, what basically happened. And of course, you also have it where the handler, who's voiced by the wonderful Stephanie Young, makes a brief cameo in this episode. You don't see her, but you can definitely tell her because of the long red hair she has growing down her rear end. Yep. She's like, Lloyd, you okay? No, I'm fine. Just someone was thinking about me. A creepy feeling. Yep. And we're thinking, okay, what about the second one? Well, this is a bit of an odd. This is a bit of like, oh, let's have a code puzzle thing. We have bondmen just basically have this code. Of course, I'm trying to sell the code. Of course, you have various people. Yeah, it just very contained. This one. Yeah, it's all about code. Anya comes with, and of course, it's like to solve. It doesn't really go anywhere at all. It's not as good as the first segment per se. Yeah, and that's pretty much 2 episodes in a nutshell. Basically, what I described was these 2 episodes. Next episode looks like it's going to be a little more interesting because we're going to get some development, of course, of the series. Yeah, especially if Anya first meeting Fonya for the first time. Oh, by the way, when she options, basically she gives Lloyd an assignment, though she also rearranges his schedule to make sure he's able to do the assignment, no problem. Yeah, and Grace mentioned about the concussion research. Concussion research, that's something. Yeah, I found 20 to be a little more interesting than 19, surprisingly. Now, here's the thing with 19, I've been meaning to mention. 19 actually came out dub-wise, as coming Saturday, 2 weeks ago. You're probably thinking, Nick, why didn't you review Spy X Family this episode when it came out? Well, the reason is because it was related to the Crunchyroll streaming service. Yes, like in the case of Case Closed, they forgot to upload it the day it came out. I'm not sure what happened. This is only the second time I've seen this happen. As far as I can tell, for other series they've worked on that I do reviews for, this is only the second one that's ever happened with. I mean, as far as I can tell, for Boruto, they never skipped a week for that one. No, not that I can think of, no. But basically, time will tell exactly how much forward, like, if there's any more series might this happen with. Do I think it might happen with, like, well, I don't think Bleach, because Bleach not anymore. The only series I'm watching I could have with right now, I mean, hasn't happened yet, is Chainsaw Man, The Great Job and Feud, and Boruto. That's it. But yeah, that's going to be pretty much it, particular review. I'm going to go ahead and do a Comic Corner. I'm probably going to call it night afterwards. Yes, because it's getting late, and I do not have time to do my other 3 anime. I may get a chance to do it tomorrow, and that's a maybe in that part. Okay, next video. Bye.